Unfortunately, the daily rate hasn't changed much in 20 years. Still kind of the same. But 100% the environmental aspects of dewatering, so yeah, groundwater management has changed, and the licensing application, particularly in New South Wales, has changed a lot. I mean, in the good old days, in 98 and early 2000s, you were still doing the right thing, but you could kind of pump as much water as you needed to get the site dry. Now there's all sorts of limitations on areas of influence and, drawdown effects, settlement and things like that. So there's a lot more control around how much you can pump and when you can pump it. Also, what happens to that, water and how it's treated on the discharge is pretty tight these days, where it probably wasn't as much 20 years ago. People cared about turbidity, maybe pH, if that. You couldn't obviously have hydrocarbons and sheen in your water, but now everything gets sampled. There's environmental scientists that go out and literally sampling water, the meters on all the instrumentation, all the water treatment gear now that's needed. And then the licensing is probably the last aspect. I think, the water, one of the, legislation, we did quite a bit with the association on this and teamed up with Coates to try and get some solution for the hire industry. But the Water Act, the legislation, one of them is Water Act 1912, and it's been obviously around for a while. But to try and get licensed now to do dewatering is not a 5-minute exercise. And so there's, 6 week, if not longer, lead times to try and get that done. That was never a thing.